Good morning, everyone. It's great to be back at All Energy, and I'm sorry that I can't be with you in person today. So we're here today to talk about engineering a net zero future. I want to focus in on the public policy challenge that the net zero transition presents to the UK. As we move into a decade of delivery, it's ever more crucial that net zero decision making aligns with broader economic policy making, and that means making sure that the interests of people and the businesses that employ them are central. I think we already have a fairly clear picture building around the techno-economic and technological aspects of net zero, but where we need to develop understanding is around how to achieve the best wider economic, political and societal outcomes whilst delivering against climate change targets and a range of other broader outcomes. In short, understanding and acting on such wider public policy challenges will be crucial to achieving a net zero transition that is efficient, affordable, and ultimately delivers a more resilient, competitive, and productive UK economy. And the work I lead at the University of Strathclyde Centre for Energy Policy aims to inform and help shape the pathways and actions required. Today, I want to present to you three key points that bring those key societal and economic questions into focus. So, number one, it is essential that we make the transition affordable, particularly to those least able to pay and to those firms and industries we rely on for jobs, incomes and tax revenues. Number two, we need to identify and exploit opportunities for green growth, but we shouldn't expect or require that every decarbonisation solution can directly deliver that. Number three, we need to keep our focus on establishing and delivering the type of economy and society that people want in a low carbon future. And this is key to the political feasibility of all this. Through the research we do at CEP, we've developed a net zero principles framework through which we can understand how different net zero actions might impact on these three priorities. Again, this is a critical part of help shaping sustainable and attainable pathways for our economy over the coming years. And the framework poses questions such as who pays and who gains, and how can we avoid offshoring jobs, emissions and GDP. Understanding who pays is really key. It includes affordability issues, where we know that the pressures on the cost of living and doing business are becoming more acute as the world emerges from the COVID pandemic and as a result of geopolitical factors such as the war in Ukraine and Brexit. Especially given the current cost of living challenges, we need to ensure that the net zero transition presents affordable options, especially for those least able to pay. Take the electric vehicle rollout. Our research shows that while it has the potential to create jobs and increases in GDP, it could also lead to increases in electricity prices and further pressures on consumer prices more generally, because green growth, like any other form of growth, takes place in the context of a range of economic constraints. And this may hit low-income households hardest, where the gains from EVs may be less clear. So we need to think about other solutions to better balance costs and benefits for everyone in society. Importantly, we also know that driving the productive and efficient deployment and uptake of low-carbon options can help address the challenge of affordability. For example, as our research demonstrates, investing in household energy efficiency initiatives could enable us to do more with less and protect against other factors that might put more pressure on costs. But it can also trigger a wider economy expansion, not just through retrofitting activity, but because it simply frees up money to be spent elsewhere in the economy. However, it's also important to understand that we can't expect all net zero activities to deliver immediate green growth, and that some actions will be harder to deliver than others. For example, our research demonstrates that implementing carbon capture and storage over the next decade, which will be essential in delivering deep emissions reductions, might bring competitiveness challenges to UK firms when they trade in international markets and where other industries in different countries might be slower to act. While policymakers need to coordinate with industry in improving outcomes, particularly to avoid offshoring, we simply shouldn't expect broad green growth outcomes from all we do. That alone does not mean that they're not good for people, the economy, our global society, or the climate. And that's where the real public policy challenge is, meeting all of these needs. And I hope my remarks today have stimulated some thought in that regard. Unfortunately, I'm not able to be part of the Q&A, but if you have any thoughts or would like any more information or to talk to us about our work, please come and find members of the Centre for Energy Policy team who'll be on the University of Strathclyde stand at All Energy. So wishing you all a great conference and thank you very much.